Cyberbrainer is an online training platform designed to help individuals and teams learn the latest technologies and become certified professionals, producing a comprehensive learning experience.
So this is always what I use, because it is easy for me to view, because the name might be misleading at some time. So what I do is I just go to this. I say that this is going to be for compensation group. It's going to be salary, and it is for management levels at compensation, which is at 2 and above. So it's going to be for all management levels, or management levels of 2 and above, at vice president, director, manage everybody. I'm going to be using this particular eligibility rule, which means this compensation package is only eligible for this particular population. And I can of course have multiple eligibility rules as well. I can say that this particular person is based out of India and this particular person is going to be based for this particular department. So for sales department, for sales I'm going to create one package, and for non-sales, I'm going to create another package. I can do it that way as well. Next, what is going to be the grade that I want to have for this particular person? So I can say something like, I will just put a basic one. I'm just going to say it is going to be a base pay. Okay. So let's have something like, okay. Because things are like certain grades have been created without the access to us, so you just give one simple one. Let me just use grade A for company as X. So what it is. If I want to view it, I just have to click on the related actions. If you see the compensation package and then I go to this and view my compensation trade. So what exactly is the compensation grade I'm going to be having for this? I can view those details as well, because I need to know what exactly I'm creating, what are the pay elements, what is going to the compensation basis, and what is going to be the min and the maximum structure in the system, which is Singapore dollars. That's okay. For now, I just want to understand what I'm actually creating. That is the first thing. So I've added my compensation grades over here. Next, I'm going to be adding my compensation plans. So let me see that I'm just going to be adding base, simple one. I'm just going to be adding only. Let's create this. I think we've created without the access and everything. Let me put one salary plan, a simple salary plan. Let me just create or let me just use a salary plan, which we already have. So the same X company. I'm going to use the salary plan called as X company. And if I want to view this, I just have to hit right, click on this, and then say view a new tab. And I'll be able to view the details of this particular compensation plan, which is salary for company X. So I've just chosen a salary plan. So it's easy for everybody to understand, and says over here country eligibility is going to be as France or Singapore. I've already chosen the greater fund to specifically for Singapore. And then I can say the compensation element is going to be base pay. And once I create this, and this is going to be done, I don't have anything to do with the compensation basis. And now I've just created my first compensation package and I can assign this compensation package either based on this eligibility rule that I have or I can directly assign it at an employee level, either when I'm hiring him or when the employees want to have a change in the compensation structure, either way, a promotion, job changes, location changes, or department changes, anything of that sort. Based on that particular criteria, I can make changes over there. Clear on that? Any questions? So how to create your first compensation package? This is the way you are going to be creating. And I will share this particular material across to you as well. That has some more details, but it might be a little bit overwhelming. But just stick on to the basics. At this moment only, and tomorrow we'll have some 10 minutes dedicated in the start of the session, especially for any questions that you have or you might have encountered for creating a compensation package. Clear on this? Any questions? Like I said, effective rate. I usually give only 1900 unless and otherwise there is a valid requirement for me to give another date, because I could even have it. Like you know, because of the post-COVID era, there were lots of changes in the compensation packages that were there, because certain organizations say that they no longer want to pay the commutation of the ones because it will work for a moment in the cultural. So they gave some changes in the existing compensation and saying that it was effective from, say, the 1st of April, 2020, the commutation elements was no longer available. So for such cases they used effective date concept. Just apart for all practical purposes, I would still give my effective date as 1/1900 for anything that I'm going to be building in the system. Probably. That's just a recommended approach. If you have a valid reason. Otherwise, you can use your own data, including the current data as well. Alright, clear on this? Any other questions on how to create your first compensation package? And I've just stuck on to the P6 only. I'm not going into creating an eligibility rule, but today, activity for you is create a simple compensation package and try to go through all of the elements which are there. And you can go to the compensation package of Carol Lee, or you can go to the compensation package of the other folks as well. We get Joy Banks or Logan McNeil and look at their compensation package, which is there. Alright, that is going to be a little bit better because it's not going to contain much of junk data and you can view their compensation package. Try to relate it to your own compensation structure that you have in your CDC. Then it will make sense. And once you are clear with this, create a compensation package. And still you feel clear. You can go on to create a sample. Eligibility rule only. Create very, very simple eligibility rules. The way you do it is. So you can do it in current ways when you go to edit or in creation. You come over to eligibility rules over here. I'm going to see if this is effective from the same today's story. I come over here to eligibility rules. Okay, so I do not want to get into that right now, because I have to teach you one more screen for that. And from there you have to create. So for now, just use only the existing rules. I do not want to put into that creation of the eligibility rules at this moment. But so far, is it clear on what exactly is the grade profile? What is the compensation package? What is the plan? Everything is so. Try to go through this. Create a simple compensation package for yourself based on what you might have seen or your own experience, and see the different elements, and that's going to be the activity for you today. Clear. And I will share this particular package. Sorry, this particular deck with you after the last 3. Alright, and you can go through slides 15 onwards. That is going to contain instructions of how the compensation package can be created. Clear. Any other questions? So if you want to assign a different compensation package to, say, an existing worker, that will be part of a change of transaction, which we'll see next week after this. And tomorrow, I know you're going to have a lot of questions on how the compensation package is going to be, how the grades, grade profiles, the plans, elements are all going to be. But for now, try to create one and you will find it quite interesting and you will learn a lot of things.
Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.